Okay. Good morning, everyone. For today, we will discuss about discount and inflation. First, let us define what is discount. Discount on negotiable paper is the difference between the present worth or the amount received for the paper in cash and the worth of the paper at some time in the future, or the face value of the paper or principal. Discount is interest paid in advance. So we have a formula for discount, which is equal to future worth minus the present worth. So what is discount? Um, yung pinaka-keyword lang dyan is eto. Discount is the interest paid in advance. So for example, gawa tayo ng example para mas maintindihan natin siya. So, nangutang ka ng 10,000 pesos. Okay? Tapos may interest siya na 10% annually. Ibig sabihin, kada taon. So, paano gagana dito yung discount? Simple lang. Ang sabi dyan, discount is the interest paid in advance. So, ibig sabihin, kapag nangutang ka, yung interest nun, ibabawas na agad nila sa iutang mo. For example, nangutang ka ng 10,000, merong interest na 10%, ilan yung 10% ng 10,000? 1,000, di ba? So, yun na yung discount na tinatawag. 1,000. Therefore, yung marireceive mo na utang is 9,000 na lang. Kasi ginamit natin yung concept ng discount. Okay? So, kapag dinrawing natin siya sa, what you call this, cash flow diagram, ganito ang itsura niya. Yan. So, nangutang ka ng 9,000. So, yung 9,000, yan yung present worth mo at year 0. Then, sabi, meron siyang interest rate na 10%. At annually. Ibig sabihin kada taon. So, ibig sabihin, after ng 1 year, kunwari isang taon yung usapan nyo, magbabayad ka ngayon ng magkano? 10,000. Okay? So, kapag sinabi pa lang discount, yung interest nung inutang mo, ibabawas na nun sa principal na hiramin mo. Okay? So, umutang ka ng 10,000 pero ang ibibigay lang sa'yo ay 9,000 kasi kinaltas na yung interest. So, ganyan nag-work yung ating discount. Okay. Ano yung formula natin sa discount? Discount is equal to, sabi nga kanina, pointer options is, so sabi nga kanina, yung discount is the difference between the future worth minus the present worth. Pag sinabi namang discount rate, ibig sabihin, di ba pag sa interest natin, kapag malaking letter, pera yon. Kapag maliit na letter na I, percent rate yon. Ganon din sa discount. So, maliit na letter D, ibig sabihin, discount rate yon. Is equal to D over the future worth. Or yung discount over the future worth. Tatlo lang yan. Tatlo lang yung formula natin dyan. Then, last formula, interest rate is equal to interest over the present worth is equal to D over 1 minus. So, madali lang tong discount. Tatlong formula lang yung kakabisaduhin natin. Where, yung small letter D natin is the rate of discount in percentage. So, yan yun. Okay? Yung big letter D, yan yung tinatawag na discount. Yung kanina, example natin. I is the interest. Small letter I is the interest rate. Of course, P, yung pa rin, present worth. And F is the future worth. Okay, sample problem na tayo. A man borrowed 5,000 from a bank and agreed to pay the loan at the end of 9 months. The bank discounted the loan and gave him 4,000 pesos in cash. A. What was the rate of discount? Then B. What was the rate of interest? Then C. What was the rate of interest for 1 year? So sabi dito, explain lang natin, i-analyze natin yung problem. Yung isang lalaki, nangutang siya ng 5,000. So since ginamit natin yung concept ng discount, ang binigay lang sa kanya is 4,000. Ibig sabihin, yung 1,000 yan yung tinatawag natin na discount. Binawas na yung interest doon sa inutang niya. Ilan yung period na usapan nila? 9 months. So, hinahanap dyan, anong tanong? Rate of discount, rate of interest, and rate of interest for 1 year. So, from that problem, makukuha na agad natin yung given. Yung 5,000 yan yung future worth. Kasi yan yung ibabayad mo sa after 9 months. Okay. And natin, of course, 9 months yan. Present worth mo is 4,000 kasi yan yung natanggap nung umutang, nung borrower. Required. A natin is the rate of discount. What was the rate of interest? So, since yung N natin is 9 months, kukunin natin yung rate of interest in 9 months. Then, last is, what is the rate of interest for 1 year? Yan. Simple letter I. Kasi, yung default naman na year ng interest rate is 1 year or annual. Okay? So, kapag dinrawing natin siya sa cash flow diagram, at year 0, ito yung panahon na nangutang yung lalaki, nakatanggap siya ng 4,000. Then at the end of 9 months, magbabayad siya ng 5,000. Kaya arrow down. Arrow up kasi natanggap niya, arrow down kasi mag-release siya ng pera. Solution. So, solve muna natin yung ating discount rate. Okay, anong formula ng discount rate? Kung natatandaan, discount rate is equal to discount over the future worth. Where, anong formula ng discount? Future worth minus the present worth. So, bali itong big letter D na to, sa-substitute lang natin dito. Okay? So, magiging formula mo ng discount rate is F minus P, ito yan. Sinubstitute mo lang yan dito, over F, copy mo lang yun. So, since lahat yan given na, direct sum na lang. Ano yung future worth natin? 5,000 minus present worth, which is 4,000, over the future worth, which is 5,000. Therefore, discount is equal to, kapag in-input natin sa calcu, lalabas yan is 0.20 times natin ng 100 para percentage is equal to 20%. Now, solve natin yung tanong sa B, yung interest for 9 months. So, ano yung formula ng interest natin? In terms of discount, interest is equal to B over 1 minus D. Meron ba tayong D? Meron. Yung nakuha natin sa A. So, substitute lang pala yan. 0.20 over 1 minus 0.20. Therefore, interest natin for 9 months is 25%. Okay? Kapag tinanong is, what is the rate of interest? Automatic, etong formula ang gagamitin natin. D over 1 minus D. Then, last is, what was the interest for 1 year? Kapag ang tinanong naman, lampas na dun sa given na period natin, ang gagamitin natin na formula, yung formula ng simple interest. Anong formula nun? E-pin. Ito, di ba? E-pin. Okay. Paano makuha si interest rate? I-divide natin both side by Tn para makancel. Therefore, I is equal to 1 over Tn. Ano lang yan? Kinross multiply. Then next. Okay. Direct substitute. Anong formula ng I natin? I is the interest, di ba? So, kung meron kang future value na 5,000 minus 4,000, yan na yung interest natin. Okay? Ano yung present worth? direct sub lang, 4,000. So, since n is in terms of year, i-divide natin siya ng 12. Therefore, yung interest mo for 1 year is equal to 33.33%. Okay? Yan. Pakitandaan. Ganyan lang naman umiikot yung um, solving natin sa discount. Madali lang naman yan. Parang ano lang yun, simple interest. Okay? So, next na tayo. Now, i-define naman natin what is inflation. Inflation is the increase in the prices for goods and services from one year to another. Those decreasing the purchasing power of money. Like, nung in-explain ko nung previous lessons natin, sabi ko nun, the value of money is always decreasing over time because of the inflation. So, kapag tumataas yung presyo ng goods and services, kada taon, bumababa yung value ng money. So, ayun yung ibig sabihin ng inflation. Pagtaas ng presyo ng mga bilihin. Okay? Okay. And dagdag ko lang, for example, nung year, nung elementary pa ako, year 2006, pag pinapabili ako ng bigas noon, yung kilo lang ng bigas noon dati is 25 to 30 per kilo. Ngayon, di ba, year 2020, kung bibili kayo ng bigas, kalimitan yung kilo ng bigas ngayon is nasa 40 to 60 pesos. So, inflation, ibig sabihin, kada taon, tumataas talaga yung bilihin. Tsaka yung value ng money, bumababa. So, yun yung relation ng dalawa, inversely proportional. Now, we have a formula for inflation in terms of commodity. Ano nga ulit yung commodity? Yan yung in-explain natin nung pinaka-first chapter. Kapag sinabi natin commodity, yan yung product, yan yung items, yan yung goods or services, yan yung binibenta mo. Okay? Yan yung paninda, yan yung product mo. Now, anong formula natin? Paano makompute yung inflation ng isang item, ng isang goods over a period of time? So, ito lang yan. Future worth ng commodity is equal to present worth ng commodity times 1 plus F raised to N. Parang yung formula lang natin sa, anong tawag yan? Sa compound interest, no? F18 pa rin, kaso, hindi na I yung gagamitin mo, F na. Kasi, ang kinocompute mo is the inflation, yung pagtaas ng presyo ng commodity or ng product or items. Okay? So, same concept pa rin naman sila. Ang nabago lang naman dito yung F, then nalagyan lang naman to yung F at T ng C. Okay? So, yan lang ang formula natin ng inflation for commodity. Where? Okay. Yung PC natin, present cost of commodity. So, kung ano yung presyo ngayon ng product. Future cost of the same commodity. So, magkano yung presyo niya in over a period of time. For example, after 10 years, yung example ko kanina, yung bigas, kung 40 per kilo siya ngayon, how much na siya after 10 years? So, yan yung future cost of the same commodity or FC. F naman is the annual inflation rate. Yan yung rate ng pagtaas ng presyo. Then N is the number of years. Okay, sample problem tayo. For dun sa formula na yun. Okay, sample number 2. An item presently costs 1,000 pesos. If inflation is at the rate of 8% per year, what will be the cost of the item in 3 years? Okay, given tayo. An item presently costs 1,000. So, presently cost, nandiyan na yung keyword, yan yung PC. Okay? Which is 1,000. Yan yung presyo ngayon. If the inflation is at the rate of 8% per year, so inflation rate, anong letter yon? Small letter F. Okay? Wait lang, mali pala. Ayan. 8%. Okay? Then, what will be the cost of the item in 2 years? Kaya yung N natin is 2. Required. So, anong hinahanap dyan? The future cost of the commodity or FC. Okay. Solution. So, anong formula natin kanina? F18 pa rin, kaso yung P at F mo meron ng C, then yung I mo magiging F raised to N. FC is equal to PC 1 plus F raised to N. Given ba yung PC? Given. Yung F given? Given. Yung N given? So, kalimitan dito sa inflation is direct sum lang naman. Although meron din mga problem na kailangan mong i-analyze, pero kailangan um, focus ka dun sa basic. Kasi pag master mo yung basic, madali na lang yung mahihirap na problem. Okay. Future cost is equal to 1,000. Tapos shoot lang natin yung PC, 1,000. Open parenthesis, 1 plus, anong value ng F natin? 8% or 0.08 raised to N, which is 2 years. Therefore, future cost ng item is 1,166.4 pesos. So, ibig sabihin pala, yung 1,000 pesos na item dati magiging 1,166.4 pesos because of the inflation rate of 8% per year. So, ganun lang mag-compute ng inflation in terms of commodity. Now, next formula tayo. Inflation pa rin, kaso, kung kanina commodity or product, ngayon naman, inflation naman sa pera. So, sabi ko nga kanina, inflation, yan yung dahilan kung bakit bumababa yung value ng money. In an inflationary economy, the buying power of money decreases as costs increase. Those F is equal to P over 1 plus F raised to N. So, parang formula lang din kanina, kaso yung 1 plus F raised to N, napunta lang sa ilalim. So, same nomenclature pa rin. F is the future worth, P is the present worth or amount, N is the number of years, and F is the inflation rate. So, itong formula na to, ginagamit siya sa pera. Kanina, yung formula na yon ginagamit siya sa item or product or commodity. Okay? So, kailangan alam niyo yung pagkakaiba ng dalawa. So, sample problem tayo. An economy is experiencing inflation at an annual rate of 8%. If this continues, what will 1,000 be worth 2 years from now in terms of today's pesos? So, analyze natin yung problem. So, sa isang bansa, nakakaranas daw sila ng annual inflation rate of 8%. So, kung magpapatuloy daw yon, ano daw yung magiging value ng 1,000 after 2 years in terms of peso? Ibig sabihin ayun, magkano daw yung aabutin na? Okay, given tayo. So, automatic yung 1,000 yan yung present worth natin. N is 2 years, given yan. Ito. Then, F is 8%. Yan yung rate ng ating inflation. Now, hinahanap natin is what is the future value of 1,000 if the country is experiencing inflation at the annual rate of 8%. Solution. So, anong formula natin? F is equal to P over 1 plus F raised to N. Bali, binaba mo lang yung 1 plus F raised to N. Direct sum ba? Direct sum. Meron tayong P which is 1,000. Meron tayong F which is 2 years. Meron tayong F which is 8% and meron tayong N which is 2 years. So, direct sum. Direct sum natin, 1,000 which is yung value ng P over 1 plus 0.08 which is yung F raised to 2. Input natin sa calcu, therefore, future value natin is 857.34. So, di ba? Ano napansin nyo? Yung 1,000 mo, After 2 years, because of inflation, bumaba yung value niya. Naging 857.34. So, yan yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na explanation. Bakit bumababa yung value ng money. So, kapag nag-compute kayo ng cash flow diagram at any given year, hindi pwedeng directly add yun kailangan i-convert nyo in sa isang year bago nyo i-add kasi di ba? Yung value dati 1,000 ngayon 857 na. So magkaiba yung value ng money ngayon sa value ng money in the future, okay? Usually lumiliit siya. Okay. Last formula for inflation, if interest is being compounded at the same time that inflation occurring, the future worth will be F is equal to P, 1 plus I raised to N over 1 plus F raised to N. Or sa algebra, pwede natin itong pagsamahin, gawin natin isang parenthesis lang. Under siya ng rules of exponent. So, labas natin yung P. Okay, pagsamahin natin itong dalawa. 1 plus I over 1 plus F raised to N. And yung big letter N natin, since compounded siya, kaya siya big letter N na. N natin is M times N. Compounding period times the number of years. Now, for the interest rate actual, we have a formula of 1 plus I over 1 plus F minus 1. Okay, dalawa lang yan. So, ibig sabihin yan, kung yung interest mo ay, sabi nila, kung yung interest mo tumutubo na siya compoundly, okay? At the same time, yung inflation, nangyayari rin doon sa pagtubo or nangyayari din doon sa bansa. Ibig sabihin, compounded na tumutubo yung pera, same time, meron pang factor na inflation. Okay? Where I is the interest rate. Ito yan, I. I actual is the actual effective rate. Yan yung tawag dyan. In terms, parehas yan ng percentage. N is the number of compounding periods per year. Equal siya sa M times N. Okay? Pakitandaan itong dalawang formula na to. So, sample problem tayo. Okay. Sample problem. A man invested 10,000 at an interest rate of 10% compounded annually. What will be the final amount of his investment in terms of today's pesos after 5 years if inflation remains the same at the rate of 8% per year? Okay. So, meron na naman tayo. A man na naman, nag-invest siya ng 10,000 pesos. So, meron siyang interest rate of 10% compounded annually. So, tumutubo lang siya kada taon. So, magkano daw yung final amount ng 10,000 after 5 years kung meron daw nagaganap na inflation sa bansa nila at a rate of 8% per year. Okay? So, given tayo. Ano yung 10,000? Yan yung present worth. Siyempre, yan yung in-invest. Okay, ano tong 10%? Sinabi naman yan yung interest rate. Compounded annually. Ibig sabihin yung M mo is 1. Kasi annually, okay? Okay. N mo, siyempre, 5 years. Sinabi rin dyan. Then, F mo, yung inflation rate, which is 8% per year. Hinahanap, what is the future value of 10,000 kung merong interest rate at the same time meron tayong inflation? So, solution. So, formula natin kanina, F is equal to P, 1 plus I over 1 plus F raised to N. So, given ba lahat yan? Meron tayong P, okay? Meron tayong I, okay? Meron tayong F, okay? Yung N natin, M times N. So, direct sum lang pala yan. F is equal to 10,000, which is yan yung P, times 1 plus 0.10, kasi yan yung I, over 1 plus F, which is 0.08, kasi 8%, raised to 5, then yung number of years times compounding period, which is 1. Therefore, F natin is 10,960.8 86. So, may tanong ako sa inyo. So, pause nyo muna mag-analyze muna kayo. Ano mas maganda? Mag-invest kapag may inflation or mag-invest kapag wala? Sige, you can now pause. Then, pag-isipan nyo maigi. Then, after nyo ma-pause, explain ko na kung bakit. Sige, pause nyo na. Okay? Okay. So, mathematically, i-prove natin kung ano ba yung mas maganda. Mag-invest ng may inflation or um, mag-invest ng walang inflation. So, kunwari, walang inflation na naganap, palitan lang natin. Pen natin. Dito na lang siguro, no? Space. Kunwari, walang inflation dun sa bansa na yon. So, may mag-i-invest, 10,000. Same given pa rin naman yan. So, compounded annually yan. So, ang gagamitin natin na formula is yung P10. F is equal to P 1 plus I raised to N. Okay? So, yan yung formula na gagamitin natin. So, i-disregard natin yung inflation kasi i-check natin kung kailan ba maganda mag-invest kapag meron bang inflation or wala. Ipuprove natin siya mathematically. Okay? Same given lang yan. P natin is 10,000. 1 plus, anong I natin? 10%. So, 1 plus 0.1 or 0.10 raised to N, which is 5 times 1. Okay? So, input ko lang sa calculator. 10,000, 1 plus 0.1 raised to 5. So, ang lalabas dyan na value, ang future worth natin ng 10,000 after 5 years with an interest rate of 10% is, ilan ba? 16,105.10 centavos. So, ibig sabihin pala, pangit mag-invest kapag may inflation. Kasi tingnan nyo, nag-invest siya ng 10,000, di ba? After 5 years, magkano lang yung tinubo ng 10,000 niya? 900 lang. Unlike kapag walang inflation, mag-i-invest ka ng 10,000, yung 10,000 mo magiging 16,000. So, mas magandang mag-invest kapag walang inflation. Okay? So, na-prove natin siya mathematically. I hope na intindihan. So, kapag inflation, ang maganda dyan, mangutang. Kasi ang value ng money or ang interest ng money, maliit lang. Unlike mag-invest, kasi maliit lang ang tubo kapag nag-invest ka ng may inflation. Okay? So, next problem. So, what is the future amount of my 100,000? May 100,000 na ako After 5 years, if I invest today at a rate of 12% compounded annually, inflation rate is 8% per year. What is the actual effective rate given to that count? So, magkano daw yung future amount ng 100,000 ko after 5 years kung nag-invest ako today at 12% compounded annually? Nag-invest ako, pero merong inflation rate of 8% per year. What is the actual effective rate given to the account? Okay? So, given tayo, ano yung 100,000? Siyempre, yan yung P mo. Future worth. Ano yung 5 years? Wala pa pala. Yung I mo is 12%, M mo is 1 kasi compounded annually. 5 years, yan yung N mo. Okay? And inflation rate, which is small letter f, 8%. Ang hinahanap, what is the future worth and the actual effective rate? So, yung future worth, binigay ko kanina yung formula, yung actual effective rate, binigay ko din yung formula. So, direct sub lang siguro to, no? So, F muna tayo. F is equal to P, 1 plus I, over 1 plus F raised to N. Meron tayong P, meron. Meron tayong I. F, meron tayo. N, meron. M times N. Okay, direct sub lang. F is equal to P, which is 100,000. 1 plus 0.12, kasi 12% yan. 1 plus F, kasi 0.08, raised to 5 times 1. Therefore, yung 100,000 ko, magiging 119,000 after 5 years. Now, hinahanap what is the actual effective rate given to that count. So, binigay ko kanina yung formula, I actual is equal to 1 plus I over 1 plus F minus 1. So, direct sub lang ulit yan. 1 plus 0.12 over 1 plus 0.08 minus 1. Therefore, yung actual na effective rate given to that account is 3.7%. Imagine nyo, yung actual na interest niya, di ba? Nag-invest ka ngayon, 100,000 at an interest rate of 12% compounded annually. But because of the inflation, yung 12% na yan, ang actual lang na tinutubo pala ng pera is 3.7%. So, pangit, like what I said, pangit mag-invest kapag mayroong inflation kasi maliit lang yung tubo ng pera mo. Okay? So, I hope na gets nyo yung lesson. Medyo madali pa yan. Mas madali pa nga siguro yan din sa previous lesson natin eh. So, if you have questions and concern, you can message me through my messenger or GC. I active naman ako doon, sumasagot naman ako. Okay? So, I hope na intindihan yung lesson. May isa pa pala, sorry. Okay, sunod natin. Kala ko 5 sample lang, 6 pala yung nilagay ko. Okay, number 6, a company invests 100,000 today to be repaid in 5 years in one lump sum at 12% compounded annually. If the rate of inflation is 3% compounded annually, approximately how much profit in present day pesos is realized over the 5 years? Sorry, may problem pa pala. Kala ko 5 lang. Okay, analyze natin yung problem ha. Mukhang mahirap siya intindihan, pero pag in-analyze mo siya, madali lang din siya. Basta alam mo yung concept ng inflation and discount. Okay? So, doon muna tayo sa given. Of course, nag-invest ka ng 100,000, yan yung iyong future worth. Sino yung mouse ko? Ayun. Okay. Okay. So, meron kang 100,000, yan yung automatic present worth. Okay. To be repaid in 5 years in one lump sum at 12% compounded annually. Okay, 12% compounded annually, yan yung I mo. So, since annually, M mo is equal to 1. Of course, yung N mo is 5 years. Purahin na natin itong pangit ng linya eh, no? Nanginginig yung mouse eh. Okay, 12% compounded annually. Meron tayong given na 5 years, 100,000, yun yung present worth. Okay, F natin is 3%. Yan yung ating inflation. So, ang tinatanong, ano yung profit natin? So, kapag sinabi natin profit, ano yung kinita ng pera? Kasi nag-invest ka eh. So, nag-invest ka, merong profit. Merong profit, parang yan yung interest. Ano yung kinita ng pera mo? And, yun lang. Solution. So, kapag sinabing lump sum, baka may mabasa kayo sa mga problem na lump sum, ibig sabihin lang yan, isang bagsakan lang yan. Ayan lang ibig sabihin nun. Halimbawa, nangutang ka ng 10,000, babayaran mo siya in one lump sum after 1 year ng 11,000. Ibig sabihin nun, babayaran mo siya ng buo na 11,000. Okay, yun ang ibig sabihin ng lump sum. Isang bagsakan or babayaran mo siya ng buo. So baka kasi malito kayo dyan. Wala lang yun. Yun lang yun. Solution. So, anong formula ng f natin? F is equal to P, 1 plus I over 1 plus F raised to N. Meron ba tayong P? Of course, meron yan. I, meron din. F, meron. Then, N, meron din. Okay. F is equal to 100,000. Yan yung P natin. Times 1. 1 plus I natin is 12%. Over 1 plus F, which is 3% or 0.03 raised to 5 times 1. N. Okay. Future worth is equal to 152,021.14. Medyo malaki siya kasi mababa lang naman yung iyong inflation rate. 3% lang naman siya. Okay? So, hinahanap natin is profit. Profit is equal to future amount minus the present amount. Parang yan yung interest na tinatawag. Ano yung kinita ng pera mo. Okay, ano yung future amount mo? 152,000 minus 100,000. Therefore, yung profit yung 100,000 mo after 5 years at 12% compounded annually with an inflation rate of 3% is 52,021.14. So, yan yung kinita ng 100,000 mo after 5 years. Meron pa ba? Ayun na, wala na. So, okay. So, that's all for today's lesson. I hope na intindihan. Madali lang naman siya. Next lesson, proceed na tayo sa annuities. If you have questions, you can message me through my messenger and pwede rin sa Gmail pero mas active ako sa messenger. And I hope na kayo yung nagsasagot ng assignment nyo. So, kapag merong nangungopia or nanghingi ng solution, i-message nyo sa akin, i-PM nyo ako kung sino yun, then gagawin natin 0 sa assignment. Okay? So, I hope pina-practice nyo yan kasi hindi nawawala yan sa board exam. Yan yung paulit-ulit kong sinasabi. So, take this as a review for board exam and lahat ng masusulat nyo, lahat ng masusolve nyo, pag binalikan nyo yan, mabilis nyo yan maintindihan kasi kayo yung nag-solve yan, kayo yung nagsulat yan. Okay, so take that as your reference and I hope clear naman tayo. Stay safe and thank you.